Welcome, Wan Wan and Scarhead fans, to this edition of how the book and the movie at times tell a hugely different story. In this video, we're going to examine Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince. More precisely, the fateful scene where Professor Dumbledore is murdered. The movie, Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince, begins with Harry and Professor Dumbledore leaving the cave where he who must not be named hid the locket Horcrux. We see the Hogwarts castle and Professor McGonagall is watching the ominous sky and telling students, "Return to your houses." A quick shot of Professor Snape's back contemplating the deed he must do tonight. Draco Malfoy is in the room of requirement, opening the pathway between Hogwarts and Bergen and Berks via the repaired vanishing cabinet. The movie shows Bellatrix Lestrange, who is not in the book adaptation, Amicus and Electo Caro and Fenrir Greyback coming out of the cabinet. They all enter the castle without resistance. As Harry and Professor Dumbledore apparate back to Hogwarts onto the astronomy tower, Professor Dumbledore is ill from the potion he had to drink in order to retrieve the locket Horcrux. Harry wants to get Madame Pomfrey. He tells Harry to go find Professor Snape. "Severus, wake him. Tell him what happened. Speak to no one else." They both hear someone coming up the stairs. As the footsteps approach, "Hide yourself below, Harry. Don't speak or be seen by anybody without my permission. It is imperative that you stay below. Harry, do as I say. Trust me." The book version of the attack on Dumbledore begins in Chapter 27, The Lightning-Struck Tower. As Harry and Professor Dumbledore successfully retrieve the locket Horcrux and escape the magical cave, although Harry has not passed his apparition test yet, he is successful in bringing himself and Professor Dumbledore back to a street in Hogsmeade, not the astronomy tower. Professor Dumbledore is too weak to make it back to the castle and asks Harry to bring Professor Snape. Madame Rosmerta comes out of her pub to assist them. Harry and Professor Dumbledore had not noticed the blazing green skull with a serpent tongue, the dark mark, that Madame Rosmerta pointed out above the highest tower. The dark mark usually signifies someone has died. On Dumbledore's orders, Rosmerta gets word to the Order of the Phoenix. Before they take off for the castle, Dumbledore instructs Harry to put on his invisibility cloak. As they fly towards the castle, Harry is feeling guilty because it was he who asked Ron, Hermione, Jenny, Luna, and Neville to patrol the halls in the castle. They all drank some Felix Felicis potion, Liquid Luck, for safe measures earlier in the evening. Once Dumbledore and Harry arrive on the astronomy tower, Dumbledore instructs Harry to go and wake Severus. "Speak to no one. Tell him what happened and bring him to me." "But," says Harry, "you swore to obey me, Harry. Go." Before Harry could open the door, they heard footsteps running up the stairs. The door burst open and Malfoy shouts, "Expelliarmus!" Harry became instantly rigid and immobile. He fell back against the wall, propped up like a statue. Frozen and invisible, Harry is silenced into a helpless position and can only watch. Dumbledore had wordlessly charmed Harry as his wand flew over the wall of the tower. Back to the movie version, which has a condensed version of the conversation between Draco and Professor Dumbledore. I will share most of the conversation that is included in the book. This dialogue between student and teacher is excellent and really should have been included in the movie scene. The movie shows Draco arriving with his wand drawn on Professor Dumbledore. He does not instantly disarm Professor Dumbledore as in the book. "Good evening, Draco. What brings you here on this fine spring evening?" Draco asks, "Who were you talking to?" "I often talk aloud to myself. I find it extraordinarily useful." Dialogue from the book has Dumbledore answer with, "Good evening, Draco. Who else is here?" asks Draco. "A question I might ask you. Or are you acting alone?" "No, I've got backup. There are Death Eaters in the school tonight." "Well, well, very good indeed. You found a way to let them in, did you?" "Yeah, right under your nose, and you never realized." "Ingenious," said Dumbledore. "Yet, forgive me, where are they now? You seem unsupported." The book describes how some of the Order of the Phoenix members and DA members are fighting the Death Eaters in the hallway below. Professor McGonagall, Lupin, Tonks, Hermione, Ron, Ginny, Luna, and Neville are all engaged in a battle below against the Death Eaters. "I have a job to do," confesses Draco. "Well, then you must get on and do it, my dear boy." The movie and book are similar in the next exchange between Draco and Professor Dumbledore. "Draco, you are no assassin." Draco replies, "You don't know what I am." This is where the movie has Draco say, "He trusts me," and Draco is explaining that he has been chosen and reveals his dark mark to Professor Dumbledore. In the book, the sounds of fighting below continues, and Professor Dumbledore speaks to Draco. "Draco, you have been trying to kill me all year. Forgive me, Draco, but they have been feeble attempts. So feeble, to be honest, that I wonder whether your heart has really been in it. What if your backup has been overtaken by my guard? Or perhaps you realize there are members of the Order of the Phoenix here tonight. You are afraid to act until they join you. It's you who should be scared. But why? I don't think you want to kill me, Draco. Killing is not nearly as easy as the innocent believe." Back to the movie version. Dumbledore says, "I shall make it easy for you." As he opens his arms, Draco disarms him of his wand with the Expelliarmus charm. They hear other people coming up to the astronomy tower. "You're not alone," Dumbledore asks. "There are others." "How?" "The vanishing cabinet in the room of requirement. I've been mending it. Yes, it has a sister, a twin. Borgin and Burks, they form a passage." Ingenious, Draco. The book goes into detail at this point, explaining more about Professor Dumbledore's knowledge of Draco's mission. A very clever plan, and as you say, right under my nose. But there were times, weren't there, when you were not sure you would succeed in mending the cabinet. You resorted to crude attempts with the necklace and the bottle of potion mead. Yeah, well, you still didn't know who was behind those attacks. As a matter of fact, I did. I was sure it was you. Why didn't you stop me then? I tried. Professor Snape has been keeping an eye on you. He hasn't been doing your orders. He made a promise to my mother. Of course, that is what he would tell you, Draco, but he's a double agent, you stupid old man. He isn't working for you. You just think he is. I trust Professor Snape. Well, you're losing your grip then. He's been offering me plenty of help, wanting all the glory for himself, wanting a bit of the action. What are you doing, Draco? Did you do that necklace? That was stupid. It could have blown everything. He doesn't know what I've been doing in the room of requirement, and tomorrow he'll wake up and it will all be over and he won't be the Dark Lord's favorite anymore. At this moment, the movie shares Dumbledore trying to appeal to Draco's softer side. Draco, years ago I knew a boy who made all the wrong choices. Please let me help you. I don't want your help. Don't you understand? I have to do this. I have to kill you or he's going to kill me. This is when Bellatrix and the Death Eaters join Malfoy and Professor Dumbledore in the tower in the movie version. But before we continue with that scene from the movie, the book is continuing the conversation between Professor Dumbledore and Draco. There are more bangs and shouts from below as the fighting rages on. The fight now seems to be on the staircase leading up to where Dumbledore, Draco, and Harry stood. There is little time, one way or another, so let's discuss your options, Draco. My options? I'm standing here with a wand. I'm about to kill you. My dear boy, let us have no more pretense about that. If you were going to kill me, you would have done it when you first disarmed me. You would not have stopped for this pleasant chat about ways and means. I've got to do it. He'll kill me. He'll kill my whole family. I appreciate the difficulty of your position. Why else do you think I have not confronted you before now? Because I knew that you would be murdered if Lord Voldemort realized that I had suspected you. I did not dare speak to you of the mission with which I knew you had been entrusted, in case he used legitimacy against you. I can help you, Draco. No, you can't. Nobody can. He told me to do it or he'll kill me. I've got no choice. Dumbledore's reply, in my opinion, should have been in the movie. It shows his true character and how much he really cared about Draco. He cannot kill you if you are already dead. Come over to the right side, Draco, and we can hide you more completely than you can possibly imagine. I can send members of the Order to your mother tonight to hide her likewise. Nobody would be surprised if you died in your attempt to kill me. Forgive me, but Lord Voldemort probably expects it. Nor would the Death Eaters be surprised that we captured and killed your mother. It is what they would do themselves, after all. Your father is safe at the moment in Azkaban. When the time comes, we can protect him too. Come over to the right side. Draco, you are not a killer. I've got this far. I'm the one with the wand. You're at my mercy. No, Draco, it is my mercy and not yours that matters now. Draco froze as 4 thundering footsteps come up the stairs. Dumbledore cornered, Dumbledore wandless, Dumbledore alone. Well done, Draco, well done, said Electo Caro, not Bellatrix Lestrange as the movie portrays. The movie conclusion has Bellatrix Lestrange added into the scene because of her character's popularity. It is her, Fenrir, and the Caros who arrive onto the tower. Look what we have here. Well done, Draco, says Bellatrix. Good evening, Bellatrix. I think introductions are in order, don't you? I'm afraid we're on a tight schedule, Professor Dumbledore. Do it. He doesn't have the stomach, just like his father. Let me finish it in my own way, barks Fenrir. No! The Dark Lord insists the boy do it. Bellatrix tells Draco, this is your moment. Do it. Go on, Draco. Now! No. Professor Snape enters the tower. Dumbledore and Snape look at each other. Severus, please. Avada Kedavra! Dumbledore is shown falling in slow motion as the group turn to flee the castle. Bellatrix raises her wand and shoots the dark mark into the sky with her maniacal scream. They all leave Hogwarts, destroying the Great Hall on their way without any resistance. The faithful scene in the book is slightly different, with Amicus and Electo Caro and Fenrir Greyback entering the tower. Dumbledore says, is that you, Fenrir? Pleased to see me, Dumbledore. You know how much I like kids. I take it you are attacking even without the full moon now. That's right. Shocks you, doesn't it? I cannot pretend it does not disgust me a little. Harry hears renewed sounds of scuffling from below, and a voice shouts, they've blocked the stairs! Reducto! Reducto! Fenrir grows anxious, tells Draco to do it or he will. Fenrir steps towards Dumbledore but is blasted back by Amicus. At this moment, Snape appears in the doorway. Dumbledore looks at Snape and says in a soft whisper, Severus, please. Snape raises his wand and points it directly at Professor Dumbledore. Avada Kedavra! A jet of green light shoots from the end of Snape's wand and hits Dumbledore in the chest. For a split second, Professor Dumbledore seemed to hang suspended beneath the shining skull, and then he falls slowly backward, like a great rag doll, over the battlements and out of sight. The chase begins with Harry becoming unfrozen and charging after Snape and the others, but that is another video. And that's it for this video. If you enjoyed the content, please be sure to like the video and subscribe to this channel. Each topic breakdown is just my opinion and our interpretation, and I hope you find them enjoyable and entertaining. You may have a different interpretation or theory. If so, please leave them in the comments below.